Well, hello and welcome back to our Maserati F1 Manager series, and today's episode will be the first sprint race of this 2026 season as we head to round 6 in Imola. So Imola is going to be a sprint race weekend for this season, and we've got 11 days until we get there, and Kimi Antonelli will have a home race, and that comes off the back of a brilliant result where we missed out by just one place on the podium. If we go into the previous result in Jeddah, and look at this, Kimi Antonelli P4, and you could see the back of that Red Bull. Max Verstappen just couldn't get there, but what a result that is for us. And Kimi Antonelli has really had a massive impact since joining the team. So it was a little bit of a tricky one whether we dropped Zane Maloney so early on, and it wasn't really those first two races of the year, although they did play the part. But if we go back, and if you haven't seen it, the season review of 2025, that was an eye-opener. Yes, Maloney got more points. Actually, his general pace, qualifying pace and race pace, was quite a bit off Franco Colapinto, and then we came into the new season. That was continuing, and I really need two drivers to consistently score points. Franco Colapinto has scored points in every race so far this season, apart from this one in Jeddah. He was P13. He was really hampered from qualifying, knocked out in Q2, qualified P16, and could never really get out of the DRS trains, and that's what's cost Franco Colapinto. Magnificent result for Kimi Antonelli in P4, and we're looking forward to heading to Imola to see if we can get another good result, and hopefully both drivers in the points for this one. But as always, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel if you can do me a massive favor, and click that like button, and of course get involved down below in the comments. Okay, so we're not going to have any new designs on the car for this race weekend. We've got 19 days until these, so just looking at the calendar, yeah, and then we're back to back here, aren't we, with Monaco. And then where is Barcelona? Then we've got a couple of weeks, so it's probably going to be Barcelona where we see our next big upgrade. So it's kind of as we head to Imola. Sponsor plan, we've got to do a new sponsor plan. So let's have a look. Don't really want to lose Kimi Antonelli. Don't want pit crew for T. We can go for that one. We can go for that one as well. Guided tours, yes, that's fine. A school event, let's get that in there. And we will do that one as well. So let's confirm that. That should meet the sponsorship objectives there. We have changed the race suits. So as I've been meaning to do, the main sponsor that we're rocking with is Rockstar. So that is now prominent on the race suits. And we have gone one step further and put it on the car as well. So there you go. That's all done now and updated. Okay, Kirsten is concerned about some irregularities in the wind tunnel. Data output seems to be consistent, so there's been no impact on car part development, but the main rotor isn't starting up or winding down as smoothly as it once did. I'm hesitant to suggest this given how important car part development is, but I'd like to shut down the wind tunnel to investigate this issue properly. We'll need to pause all current car part design projects. That's not good to do this, but if we don't investigate this problem now, I'm concerned that it could get worse. Of course, there might not be an issue in the first place, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. What do you think we should do? Oh my goodness, this is not good. We're gonna have to go for it really, aren't we? But it's gonna push all of our design works 10 days back. So that's a bit of a stinker. Yeah, look at this. 20 days, so may not even get that for Barcelona now, so that's going to hamper our 2026 progress here. Right, we are arriving at Imola though, 18th for hire as always. Only one practice session, as I say, sprint weekend, so we'll get that practice session done and dusted, and we'll jump straight into sprint quality. Okay then, one and only practice session done, and good news on Franco's side, 93% car setup, which is very good with just one practice session. Only 78%. Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, do we change this? Problem is, if we go the wrong way on it, it could be even worse. Okay, we're going to try this, see if we can increase the driver setup for Kimi Antonelli across sprint qualifying. So we'll see if that does anything better for us. But with that set, let us jump in to sprint qualifying in Imola. And as always, get them out straight away here. Being sprint quali session. We only get one set of tyres. We are going to encounter quite a bit of traffic by the looks of things, though. Antonelli is first on the road. He's coming up against Hulkenberg, Pourchaire, Perez, and Lawson. Yeah, this isn't great. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's lost time there. He definitely lost time there. I think I'm just going to get Antonelli in.
We saw that.
And he set a 1:15.0. K-Mag, though, in the RB, he goes a lot quicker. So, yeah, it looks like both our drivers are going to have to go again here. Carlos Sainz has crashed here. What has happened for Carlos? Oh, gets on the power too early into the barrier. Is he still going? He is. Antonelli is back out and good for traffic this time. So needs to make this lap count. We have got Mick Schumacher coming up, I think. Hopefully we won't get held up by him. Yeah, we should be fine. Colapinto is about to come out and start his out lap. So, yeah, we need a good couple of laps here from both Antonelli and Franco. But Antonelli is going quicker, so hopefully this should be good. Colapinto is still safe at the moment, but here comes Kimi Antonelli. Should be enough, I hope. And it is. He goes to P7. He won't go again now, so hopefully that's going to be enough. Colapinto, let's get him round. Colapinto underway then. He has got Teo Pourchaire, though. He will be the only car he needs to navigate. We've got to hope he's not held up by him. Where's he going to catch him? Might be all right with that one. Might have had to lift briefly, but he's gone green through the first sector. Let's see the second sector. Hopefully that's green. It is, so we should be pretty good now. Kimi Antonelli still P7, and you only get one set of tyres, so obviously a lot of the grid now will be on very worn tyres, so should be good to hopefully get through to Q2 with both drivers here. Just this final corner. Navigate. Here we go. Run to the line. Where is Franco Colapinto going to go? He goes to P5. Very nice. So that should be our two drivers through to Q2. Okay, we're about to get checkered flag here then. And there we go. Yeah, there's enough drivers below Colapinto to be safely through, and I think Antonelli, so we are going to be safely through. Sainz, that crash has cost him. He'll qualify dead last, and Perez in the Mercedes knocked out in SQ1 as well. Okay, things have gone bad then for Antonelli because that setup is worse, and now we've started sprint qualifying. We're in Parc Ferme, so yeah, we'll have to go as is for the sprint. See if we can change it before qualifying. So unfortunately, not great work there for Kimi Antonelli, but he is through to SQ2.
Here we are.
Teo Pourchaire now has had a crash here. SQ2, we're just about to start our hot laps.
Oh, with a nasty crash into the barrier.
He's into the barrier. That's going to be costly for him to try and get through. Colapinto. Bit of traffic there. He's past that. What about Antonelli? Antonelli should be good for traffic now. I think Colapinto's behind other cars on a hot lap, so we should be good here with both drivers now, I think, for traffic. Pinto gaining on Lawson and Alonso here. Is Antonelli gaining on Piastri? I think Antonelli is gaining on Piastri. Is that just because they're going through the chicane there? He is gaining, but Piastri should start his hot lap now, and we should get a nice slipstream from him. That might work out quite nicely for Antonelli here. As he sets the first time, then it's a 1:14 flat. What about Colapinto? 23.6, 25.1. About a 10th in it. So Colapinto very close to Antonelli's time, and he goes above him. Look how close that is. By 2/1000th of a second. Separates Colapinto and Antonelli. This is why we needed someone like Kimi in the car, because it's very close between Franco and Kimi. And we like to see that. Less than a minute to go in the session. We've decided not to go again. We are currently through, but we are tumbling down a little bit. We are now 8th and 9th. And we've got Verstappen to go. Behrman's finished. Verstappen, Stroll, and Magnussen all on flying laps. Here comes Verstappen. And Stroll went quicker, but Verstappen hasn't. Verstappen is out in SQ2, as is Charles Leclerc, and we just about squeeze through to SQ3. Some real surprises in this one. Now starting our flying lap in SQ3, we're just going for one run. The rest of the grid went out early, so we've timed it to hopefully not catch this pack. They're now on their in-laps, so hopefully we won't catch the tail end of those. I'm slightly worried because they are going very slowly here. I don't want to reach them right at the end. We should be okay, but let us see. Colapinto, first sector, 23.3. 23.4 for Antonelli, about half a tenth in favour of Franco Colapinto then in that first sector. How's the traffic looking? Yeah, we should have timed this just about perfectly, I think. So that's fine. They'll all be into the pits. So we've got no traffic on our one and only runs here. Second sector, 24.9 Colapinto. 25.0, so it's about, yeah, another half a tenth. So it's about a tenth up for Colapinto. Of course, the setup hampering Kimi Antonelli, no doubt, here. And his driver confidence not as high because of that. So there is a bit of an advantage there to Franco Colapinto. But here we go. What can he do? Everyone else has set their time. Franco Colapinto goes to P4. Lovely time there. Antonelli should be about a 10 behind, but actually he's a long way behind there.
In lap. Copy.
What am I not seeing there? That makes no sense to me. Oh, sorry. I know what I'm doing there. We're looking at leader. So, Antonelli goes P5. Sorry, I was confused about the time there. I thought he's half a second off Colapinto, but he's not, of course. We're on leader. So, interval, he's just under 2 tenths behind Colapinto. So, currently, we are P4 with Colapinto, P5 Antonelli. I think the rest are going to go back out. We're not. Let's see where we end up here for the sprint race. Okay, checkered flag now. And we've got Piastri and Norris coming across the line. We're behind them anyway. But here comes Ricciardo. He splits us. Lawson splits us. Albon splits us. And that is it. Let's have a look. Full classification. These McLarens dominating 2026, especially Lando Norris, who puts it on sprint pole. Oscar Piastri second. Lewis Hamilton third. But Franco Colapinto in P4. Liam Lawson fifth. Albon sixth. Danny Rick seventh. Kimi Antonelli held on for eighth. And then we've got the two Aston Martins, ninth and 10th. But look at this. Leclerc in 11th. Verstappen in 14th. And a Mercedes down in, what is that, 18th or 19th for Sergio Perez. Let's look at strategy then before getting this sprint race underway. Okay, so being a sprint, as you'll know, we don't make a pit stop. It's only one compound and we're going with a medium compound here. So let's see how we go as we start this Sprint Grand Prix in Imola.
The drivers here
Good chance of points, especially for Franco starting P4. The two McLarens will get us underway. We're not going to be competing with them. They are in rocket ships. They're held for quite a while, but we are underway. Franco starts P4, Antonelli P8. That's a good start from Franco here. Everyone is on the medium tyre. So everyone's gone medium, and Franco Colapinto challenging Lewis Hamilton here. Antonelli's up a place as well, P7 on Lance Stroll. Colapinto has moved into P3, jumps past Lewis Hamilton. Great start from our drivers then, both up one position. There's a long way to go, 21 laps for this sprint. Good. We have a sneaky outside chance of a podium here today. Let me just start to look after the tyres very early. Tyres always important in a sprint.
Copy.
And whilst we're holding on to this McLaren, even challenging this McLaren. Challenging this McLaren around the outside. Oh, look at this from Franco Colapinto. We won't have the pace to stay there, but that is magnificent work from Franco Colapinto there. Moving past Oscar Piastri. Got to have a look at the replay of that one.
Now here's our drivers.
Oh, not a rear wing.
The gap opens up for them.
Oh, it started a lot earlier than that move. Unfortunately, not the greatest replays, but Franco Colapinto moves into P2. And DRS is now enabled. Oscar Piastri's got a good chance to come straight back at Franco Colapinto here. but he can't quite do it. Antonelli is up to P6 himself here. And he's challenging Alex Albon here. Not going to happen there, though. Now, here we go. This is the chance now for Piastri. Should be able to get past us and then break that DRS, you'd think. We just try to get into the slipstream. And Antonelli is past Liam Lawson, I believe. So, oh no, were we then challenging Hamilton? Don't know what happened there. Antonelli was up a place. But he's P6. Good start. Started P8. Colapinto will probably start to come into the clutches now of Alex Albon, but those behind us are using more tyre life, so Colapinto can be very patient here today. Again, Albon just 3 tenths behind, so he's in the window to make the move. Can Franco close him off? He's left the inside open this time. That is going to make it easy, I'd say, for Albon, and it is pretty easy. Not the best from Colapinto there, but perhaps he can use the slipstream and get some DRS himself now. Now, as Lawson is back past Antonelli, so that just continues to go each way. But 11% tyre life here. How's Hamilton's tyres? We've got 8% on Lewis. And Antonelli is back past Lawson. Colapinto, we've got him on harvest into his first corner, but he's got the DRS open on Alex Albon and quite easily back through them. And there we go, go back to neutral, just trying to save a little bit of battery. Colapinto back to P3 then, 15 laps to go. Well, since getting past Albon, lap 8 here, Albon is really dropping off the pace here. I don't know if he's suddenly looking after his tyres, but we've dropped him by 2 seconds. So a nice little gap has opened up for Franco, and it's now down to Hamilton to try and get past Albon really here. Antonelli, P6, he's dropped Stroll and Lawson now. He's only 1.2 off this battle between Albon and Hamilton. Okay, lap 9, Hamilton is past Albon and he's already broke the DRS. He's closing in on Franco Colapinto, but Antonelli is right on Alex Albon here. So he's now got a great chance to get through Albon and move into P5.
No lift off.
Here we go, this is nearly already done. Albon absolutely burnt out his tyres and he's having to conserve, and that is going to be Kimi Antonelli through then into P5. Lovely work. We can attack a little bit on the tyres, try and see if he can close to Hamilton. Colapinto then, P3. He's got 14% tyre life on Hamilton. This is looking very good for a podium here for Franco Colapinto. Oh, Danny Rick has crashed and he's gone to the back of the field. He was running in the points. Gonna lose it all on his own here. Yeah. And that will be Danny Rick not scoring any points today. Okay, we've just gone for a bit of a push with Antonelli, and he's close straight up to Lewis Hamilton here. Colapinto is extending the gap on Lewis. I don't know if Lewis is now having to conserve, but saving our tyres early on here has really worked wonders. And here comes Kimi Antonelli. The inside is open on Lewis Hamilton. Can he make this work? Can it stick? Yes, it can. Kimi Antonelli is into P4. Let's push on.
Behind you, Albon.
We've got a bit of tyre life on Hamilton. Well, we've got 12% in actual fact. So Kimi Antonelli can try and push this gap. Can we secure a P3 and P4 here? Well, Antonelli, we pushed him there, and he's pushed away from Hamilton by 2.4 seconds. He set the fastest lap there, and he's arrived on Franco Colapinto. He won't be able to attack Franco because he's got 5% less tyre life. But if he can just sit there, close enough to the DRS, then we should be in good shape. Carlos Sainz has now had a lock-up, had a problem in qualifying, and now not going well in the race either. Sprint race.
Struggling with the car.
And there you go, he's going to fall to the back with Danny Rick, no doubt, after that. Lap 18 of 21, and tyre management, the order of the day. Look at this. We are now 10 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton with Antonelli. Antonelli's dropped a little bit back from Colapinto. But look at the tyres here. We can actually attack towards the end here. We can go full attack with both drivers. Can we even close up to these McLarens? Maybe that's a bit wishful thinking, but let's push, see where we end up. Final lap then, we did push, And there are the McLarens. Look at that. We can see them there. That is how close Franco Colapinto got. Within 2.5 seconds of the leaders here. Their tyres have dropped off, but he's not quite going to reach them. It's going to be Lando Norris to win this one. Lando Norris wins it. Piastri is second. Colapinto is P3, and it's P4 for Kimi Antonelli. What a result that is. An absolutely fantastic sprint result. P3 and P4, and that is a podium for Maserati. Colapinto is on the podium. I think because we've edited this to be a sprint race, I don't think we'll see Colapinto on the podium, but it certainly is a podium position, and that was fantastic. We managed our tyres early on. We made that decision to go standard quite early on, and it really worked for us. We finished. Verstappen got to P5 in the end. Great drive from Verstappen, but we managed to comfortably in P3, P4 by 10 seconds there. What a result for Team Maserati.
And that sees them wrap up this sprint with a well-deserved finish in the points.
Yeah, this was a
And
really
there we
clever
go.
bit of
Points.
strategy. And
Double
it's great
points for
to
the
see
team,
that
but
pay
a
off.
podium. First podium for Maserati. And there we go. Unfortunately, we're not going to see it, but McLaren's finished where they started, 1-2. Franco Colapinto up 1 place to 3rd. Kimi Antonelli, really good race, up 4 places from 8th to 4th. Max Verstappen up 9 to 5th. Hamilton 6th. Albon 7th. Stroll closed out the points in P8. Leclerc only up 2 in the end for P9. And Lawson P10. Okay, let's jump into qualifying then, and then we'll be straight into the full race. Before we get into qualifying, we can change the setup now for Kimi Antonelli, which we really need to do. So it's needing a bit of an adjustment here. Okay, we're going to have to go for something like that. Not ideal on the traction, but that should hopefully be a little bit better for the race because he's currently at 63%. Let's begin qualifying then, see how we go in this one. Okay, just finishing our first laps. Don't know if we had a bit of traffic with Max there. Colapinto half a second behind. Let's see what the rest of the grid does. 7 tenths of Norris might be enough for Colapinto. Antonelli should be safe. Okay, I've sent Colapinto out, and I don't know if he's just been caught up in this Stroll accident. Stroll's gone straight on into the barrier because there was a yellow flag there and we were right behind him. We've not gone quicker through the first sector, so Colapinto did send him back out on a used set of tyres. He might have to go again on a fresh set. Gone quicker through the middle sector. Let's just see what lap time he sets. Antonelli's P4, so I'm not going to send him again. He should be pretty safe there. Colapinto doesn't go quicker through the final sector, so he's going to have to go again, I feel. Okay, Colapinto back out. He's right on the drop zone now, but he has gone quicker through the first 2 sectors, so this should be enough to get him through. Did just have a bit of traffic. Hopefully that hasn't hampered his final sector time here. Although it looks like it's only Bortoletto that... Oh no, Colapinto is now in the drop zone, so he certainly does need it. Colapinto, yes, just enough. Gets him to P10. Both drivers through to Q2 then. And worth noting, Antonelli now up to 91% set up, so perfect now to carry on in this one. Both drivers out then on their flying laps. We did set a time on a scrub set with Colapinto. Antonelli went wide on his first run, so that's why he hasn't got a representative time. But both drivers in the drop zone, so both drivers need this time. And it's a 23.2 first sector, Colapinto. 23.5 for Antonelli. He's about 3 tenths off here. Of Colapinto benefiting from a bit of a toe. He's quite close to Antonelli. Second sector, 24.9. 24.9, so a little bit closer there as we get some traffic out of the way. Looks like Franco has about 3 tenths of a second up on his teammate so far. But as they cross the line, let's see. Antonelli is going to set the time first of all. He goes P5, Colapinto P3. Hopefully that's enough to see us through to Q3, and it certainly is. Bonner runs in Q3, and we've got someone that spun. We have again set a time on a scrub set. As you see, currently sitting 6th and 7th. Anthony not gone quicker through that first sector. Science is the one who's had a spin. 23.5 first sector. 23.2 has lost 3 attempts again in that first sector, Antonelli. Struggling to nail the first sector is Kimi. And he's not gone quicker through the second sector, so not looking like a good second lap here. As I say, it was on a used set of tyres. It's on fresh. Not working. 25.0. Colapinto. 24.8. So it's looking good for Franco Colapinto. Not so good for Antonelli. Antonelli doesn't look like he's going to improve here. It's going to be P8 for Kimi Antonelli, I'd imagine, here. It is indeed. But what can Franco Colapinto do? He only goes 1 place higher, up from P7 to P6. But very close to Liam Lawson. Good lap from Perez, who struggled in sprint qualifying. But we're going to start the full race then. P6 and P8. And full classification then. Norris on pole. Of course he is. He's dominating. Max Verstappen 2nd. Piastri 3rd. Perez 4th. Lawson 5th. Franco Colapinto 6th. Albon 7th. Kimi Antonelli 8th. Hulkenberg in the Kick Sauber 9th. And Sainz 10th. Let's jump into strategy before getting this race underway. If we look at the strategy then, we are going the same way, both drivers. One stop is the way around Imola. We've had a look at a few different strategies, but this is working out to be the best one. So they are going to be on the exact same strategy of a medium to hard. Not quite sure why it's put us on that. Okay, because Franco is going to struggle a little bit to make that work. Okay, that's fine. So Franco might have to go a little bit lighter. I wonder then if Franco could make a 2-stopper work. It's 8 seconds slower though. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. We might switch to a 2-stopper with Franco if there's a safety car perhaps. But no, we're going to set up as we start here. Medium to hards with both drivers then. So strategy, starting 6th for Colapinto, 8th for Antonelli, sorry. And it's going to be mediums to hards with both drivers. The 1-stopper due to stop lap 29 with Franco Colapinto, lap 28 with Antonelli. So let us get this one underway and see how we go today then in Imola. Let's see how we go. We've got McLaren still dominating the season, but Max Verstappen's got his car into P2 for this one. Number 33, of course, because he's no longer the world champion. The world champion's not even on the grid, George Russell. But we are underway in Imola. Colapinto moving up to P5 here. Down to P6, so as Lawson challenges him. Antonelli looks like he's got past Alex Albon as well. So a good little start here for us. And there we go. Colapinto is now in P5. Antonelli P7. So both of them make up a position. Lawson is on the hards. Piastri on the softs. Quite a mixed grid actually there. Looking at the tyres. Quite a few on different compounds here. We had a really good sprint race round here, and that's because we managed the tyres really well. And that's something that we'll want to do again today. Straight away, I want to go defensive with both drivers.
Mode defend.
So right, let's have a look at Colapinto. He's looking at Oscar Piastri here. Antonelli has passed Lawson as well. Lawson on those hard tyres, as we said, so he's going to struggle at the start here. And here we go, Antonelli. Old move through there. And he's into P6. Lovely work. So Antonelli up 2, Colapinto up 1 from our starting grid. And straight away, I'm going to go standard already with them. This is what we did in the sprint, and it worked well for us, so it's whether we can do that again here. And Colapinto is going to have a go at Oscar Piastri here. Using quite a bit of the battery. And we've got Kimi Antonelli trying to follow us through. Colapinto on the outside now. Can he make this work on Oscar Piastri? He'll have the inside here for the left-hander. And he has. I don't think we'll hold on for that for too long, but good work then from Franco Colapinto. And yeah, he's up to P4. Lovely work. And Antonelli has just dropped back a little bit here, so Antonelli won't have DRS. Colapinto's got no DRS to defend, so Oscar Piastri should be straight back past us here. And there he goes. say we're not too concerned about Oscar because we're not fighting Oscar, although Albon in the background looks like he's getting past Antonelli. Albon on the soft tyres. And he has. Albon is squeezed in to P6 then. But Albon has caught up with Franco Colapinto here. Albon is starting to push. Well, it seems like he's pushing, but he's not really. It's only 89% on his tyres. Noah, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And here we go. Albon then, who got Antonelli, is now going to get the teammate Franco Colapinto. And Albon is through into P5. So we're back to 6th and 7th here. Still a long way to go, though, in this one. So we're not going to be panicking yet. But we do want to start easing off that fuel. There we go. And can Colapinto stay in the DRS of Albon here? Albon is starting to use a bit of tyre life now, though. And we've now got Lawson and Sainz getting close to us as well. I think we've just got to manage the stint. Colapinto, of course, should be managing these tyres really a little bit more than he is at the moment. Antonelli, it shows, can manage the tyres better. So that might mean that Antonelli will take this position off Colapinto. Let's wait and see on that. Going to get some DRS here is Antonelli. Is he too far back? Or is he going to make the move on his teammate here? Having a look on the inside. Ooh, that was late by Kimi Antonelli. That was late and brave. And he is through then into P6. Now Colapinto's going to have to try and manage his tyres now. And Noah, thanks for the follow. And here comes Carlos Sainz, who's now challenging our two drivers. Can we hold him off? Colapinto on the outside here. No, Carlos Sainz is going to get through. So as I say, our race pace at the moment not looking too good. But Franco Colapinto, not one to give this up. But Sainz has got through. We have to yield on that. But yeah, he's got better tyre life than us, Sainz. That's a bit of concern. The Williams clearly looking very quick round here. As I say, Albon's in P4, challenging Oscar Piastri. And yeah, Sainz now looks very quick against our guys. And yeah, it's very bunched up here. I think this is going to be a longer race to try and get some points. Verstappen leads 2 tenths to Norris, Piastri third. And Sainz, DRS on Antonelli now. This should be pretty much easy work. And there he goes. Carlos Sainz is through. So the Williams, both Williams drivers looking very good here. Right, but whilst that is going on, Antonelli has got the DRS again on Carlos Sainz. So a good chance for Antonelli to reclaim this position then. And Antonelli does. He's back into a P6 then. Sainz still got good tyre life in that Williams.
Good job. At the moment, we are P6. In front, you have Perez.
Right, now Colapinto.
The gap
Perez still 2.8 seconds up the road. Yes, Sainz is going to be passed. So I'm going to ask Antonelli to let Franco pass as well. Which he's done. That's good. Right, cool. That's what we needed. So now Colapinto can use his pace. He's going to switch to a 2-stopper. Let's see how we go with this. Antonelli just needs to stay on him. Ask him not to fight him. Yeah, that's fine. Use a bit of battery of Franco. And we jump on board. Can we get past Carlos this time? Trying to go that way around again. He has left a bit of space this time. DRS and battery being used by Franco Colapinto. And this time he is through. Can we break the DRS though? That is a difficult task round here. And we're going to try it. We will use most of the battery in doing that. But it's well worth a go, I think. As Antonelli is just holding on to Sainz. Is he going to get the DRS or not? It's going to be very touch and go. Might need a bit of battery from Antonelli.
Use overtake.
Let's use a bit of battery with Colapinto as well. Moses Miranda, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Copy.
Hope you're well as we see Franco Colapinto now on the inside of Sergio Perez, and we are going to get through into P5. To say we are now switching over to a two-stopper, so is this going to work for us or not? Probably not going to be able to break the DRS to Perez now though, because we've used a lot of battery here. Antonelli has just got past Sainz there. Oh, that's nice. Nice little move from Kimi Antonelli, but again, he does give the DRS straight to Carlos Sainz. That's Antonelli. You're not expecting a move there. He's got another one done.
Now we're watching the action closely here.
On Sergio here.
The opportunity.
Oh, he's going from some nice moves here today, Kimi Antonelli, and that's another one. But yeah, Colapinto switching to the two-stopper. Antonelli staying on the one-stopper. Antonelli's going to be under pressure again from Perez there. Lawson coming in on the hards. That's quite early. We did have a couple of seconds on Lawson, so hopefully we have a nice clean pit stop here. Yeah, 2.2, very nice. And Antonelli did keep Perez behind. Let's just, we'll go for a bit of top up. Right, where's Colapinto coming out here? There's Esteban Ocon. There is Lance Stroll. Yeah, we should be clear of Stroll. Is Stroll going to get past Lawson there? That'd be quite nice. Yes, he is. So we've got 2 seconds to Ocon, and then it's 10 seconds up the road to Gasly. So we're going to have to get past Ocon pretty quickly. It's all about Lando Norris in this series for some reason. Lando's winning every game, winning every race, sorry, as Franco Colapinto dives down the inside of Ocon. Needed to get that done nice and early.
I am Frank.
And he's done that as Antonelli's getting a little bit upset. Right, we're going to try and break the DRS. I'm not sure we'll be able to. I'm happy to use a bit more tyre life because I want to try and get the undercut on these guys now. What's Albon's tyres now? 36%, so he's going to be in a lot earlier than us. Right, Antonelli, DRS then on Sergio Perez. This is looking pretty good to move back to P5. He does. But can we break the DRS? That's been the problem all day long. Colapinto, 8 seconds to Gasly. Hopefully this traffic will be all out of the way by the time Colapinto gets there. But yeah, we didn't want to be fighting Lawson. Lawson's really pushing on those tyres that he's got. Is Gasly going to pit now? I think Gasly will go for one more. Lawson is thinking about the move around here. Can we force him out? Yes, we can. Lawson gets forced out wide, but he's still going to have really good traction out of there. And DRS. And Lawson is through. He's flying. He's really pushing hard on those new tyres. Hopefully he's going to burn those out. We'll come back at him later on in the race. Maxim pits. Gasly did stay out, but I think most of this traffic will be out of the way. We're going to have Kimi Antonelli coming in as well.
You can slow down a bit more.
And here he comes. Sainz stays out. Perez stays out. That is very nice for actually Kimi Antonelli. We need a nice clean stop though. Oh, it's going to be slow. They're doing the jack. This is where it goes on forever. 6.6, no. There's about 4 seconds we've lost there.
Sorry, guys.
Any advantage we had has been lost, and it's put Charles Leclerc right on our gearbox. That is just not what we needed there. As Norris has developed a mechanical fault. Is this going to be Crofty or him telling us what it is?
I've lost power.
Power. So engine. Potentially, or ERS. Right, let's get the tyres up to 10, but unfortunately that brings Leclerc into play. And he's in a quicker car, so not ideal for us there. And the advantage we could have had on Perez and Sainz.
Next car behind will be Leclerc.
Could be lost. We could definitely be jumped by Sainz now. If Sainz comes in at the end of this lap. Which I expect him to do. Got a yellow flag. Sainz hasn't come in. Perez does. That's good that Sainz has stayed out. Hulkenberg's had a spin. Right, Perez on the pit exit. So Antonelli has cleared him. So that's good at least. Sainz finally pits. And Antonelli should be clearing him. Which he is. But Sainz will have a good bit of tyre life to attack. Right, we need to get past Teo Portier. Not lose too much time here. Did Lando crash? No, he's got a mechanical issue, Lando. Which, what is that issue? Yeah, it is an engine issue that Lando Norris has got here. And Lando Norris has won every race so far this 2026 season, 5 out of 5. But he's got an engine issue today as Kimi Antonelli finally gets past Teo Portier. And Leclerc is on a bit of a charge suddenly.
Good job.
Colapinto, when are we coming in here? Lap 42. Antonelli. Charles is not really burning his tyres up. We've got 4% margin on Charles. These tyres are going to go right to the end of their tyre life, so might be a chance on Charles. Lawson is into the pits, but let's hold on to this because I think Charles Leclerc's got a good chance of making a move. We needed to cover off that inside a little bit earlier than that, Antonelli, and we're not going to, so Leclerc is going to get through. Lawson is coming out a long way back there. And there goes Charles Leclerc. Yeah, Lawson still isn't out of the pits. I don't think Lawson is going to be he's on the hard tyres. There's a lot of pressure. We've got traffic. Who we've got here? We've got Bortoletto, then we've got Mick Schumacher. Still 8 seconds to Albon. On Leclerc, they've still got 2.5 seconds to Perez, but Perez is still lurking there. Is Antonelli going to make the move here? He is. They are getting close to Albon. It's now 6.8 seconds. As Leclerc is going to try and fight this one. But Antonelli, he's going to hold on. Got 5% tyre margin on Leclerc. I'm going to try and keep that 5%.
You're doing well there.
Right, we had a poor stop with Antonelli. It was 4 seconds delay because it was over 6 seconds. Let's, fingers crossed, this one is going to be better. Franco. 2.5, not the quickest. Where is he coming out? There goes Sainz, Perez. There goes Ricciardo. They're all pretty close. And he's going to be out behind Lawson, who was fighting Antonelli earlier. Who's that? Alonso behind him? We want to get a bit of tyre life in here. We don't want Alonso fighting us. Antonelli having a nice little race here for us. Right, Colapinto got to be brave, and he is on Lewis Hamilton. He's through on Hamilton then. Let's go back to neutral. Is he through? Hamilton not giving up. Yes, good work from Franco. 1.7 to Lawson. Yeah, Lawson's... though he's got good tyre life on him. Let's see. Let's see what Colapinto can do. We're going to have to deploy out of here because we don't want Lewis coming back at us. Right, Albon is ours. Albon is ours for the taking.
Okay, do your best there.
This would be for P4. Antonelli finished P4 in Jeddah. Leo, thanks for the follow. And I know some of the audience on YouTube a bit concerned that we've replaced Shane Maloney, but Antonelli is showing his worth. We're going to really go for it on these tyres out of here.
Okay to push on tires.
Here we go. Using battery, we're going to get DRS as well. We go nice and early. Oh, look at the difference. Job done. We're flown by Albon. Halfway up the straight there. We're going to continue pushing on the tyres and battery. Let's break the DRS while we're at it and really cement this P4 for Kimi. Lovely work.
Just in front of you.
I don't know, but I had a career called CF Racing. Oh, yes, I remember, buddy. Julie, thanks for the follow. Anthony, nicely done. Yes, we just need to break this DRS now. I think if we break this DRS, we can just manage it now for Kimi. Colapinto's right on Lawson.
Don't forget the lift off.
He's fighting Lawson. This is big for Franco Colapinto as well. He's going to get through on Lawson. He is. Antonelli's broken it. Is that Ricciardo ahead of us? It is, but he's got DRS. This is going to be the problem, this DRS train. Is Colapinto on aggressive for overtaking? He is. Oh, look at this. They're nearly 3 wide here. Need to send one down the inside. There was no room to do it there though, Franco. Well, Danny Rick lost a bit of traction there. Is that going to open the door for Franco? There's not really an overtake here though to be had. Right, there might be a chance up here though. There might be a chance up here.
Copy.
Is he going to be later on the brakes? Franco's going to go for it. And he's done it. Colapinto moves past Danny Rick then. That is one of them picked off. He's up to P9. Unfortunately, we've got Pierre Gasly in between us here. So that's going to stump our progress a little bit. We will still pick up DRS. We need Gasly to get out of the way. He gets out of the way now. Antonelli's pulled 5 seconds on Albon, so Antonelli just needs to get the car home. It looks so realistic. Yes, it's not bad at all. Right, Sainz and Perez still fighting. I feel we can get these, but could we even get to Leclerc? We'd need to pass these pretty quickly, though. Got such better grip than these two. I think I'm going to go try and do the same thing here. See if we can get one of them through here. If we get one of them, we'll get the other one with DRS on the start-finish straight. Oh, traction not great there, but we use a lot of battery. Sainz goes aggressive to the inside and costs us, but we might have a chance into the 2 left-handers down the hill. And we are with Sainz has left the outside, very much open. Oh, it's the long way round, but Colapinto, I think, is going to do it. Going to use all of our battery coming out of here. But this could be Sergio Perez done and dusted as well. Oh, it's going to close off. We're going to have to wait another lap, are we? Or is there still room? Franco Colapinto? Yes, there is. Great stuff from Franco Colapinto. And he is through. Well, we managed to navigate those 3 pretty quickly in the end. 3 laps to go. Albon's tyres 32, Leclerc 36. Surely we can go a bit more aggressive now on our tyres. Right, we've got three laps left now. This could end up being a 4th and 5th place finish here. Team Z Tokyo, love this series. Watch the fuel, yes indeed. Adib, do keep your eye on that because I will forget. And next game, hope get more realistic damage like suspension damage than that. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be another F1 Manager game, but realistic damage, if there was ever, would be very nice. Colapinto, we'd like this one earlier on. He's going to go for it on Albon. Albon's tyres will be screaming because they're down to 30%, and we're through. Albon's going to drop off the pace ridiculously now, and we've got a great chance of getting young Charlie Leclerc. He's going to be getting a rear view of our lovely Maserati here, using battery, using DRS.
2 laps to go.
Copy.
No, this isn't real. It's a game. Colapinto on the inside then of Leclerc. He is through into P5. Can you believe this? This two-stop has worked wonders for us. Absolutely majestic stuff from Franco Colapinto. But Oscar Piastri is rounding this final corner in Imola. McLaren are dominating this 2026 season. It's normally Lando Norris, but today it's the man from down under. Oscar Piastri wins it for McLaren. Verstappen is going to be P2, closely followed by Lando Norris, who rounds off the podium.
He's done it. He's got the win.
And let's see these across the line. Kimi Antonelli, solid all race long. And he had a comfortable final, sort of 10 laps there in the end. 8 seconds to his teammate. And Kimi Antonelli, another P4, back-to-back P4s for Kimi Antonelli. But Colapinto, great drama there at the end, lots of overtakes, and he claims P5. Oscar Piastri up 2 to win it. Max Verstappen finished where he started. Lando Norris, engine issue, drops 2 to P3. Kimi Antonelli, though, started 8th, up 4 places to 4th, and Colapinto up 1. He had to nurse those tyres if he was to stay on the 1 stop. We switched to the 2 stop, and I think it worked out pretty well. I don't think we would have got any better than 4th and 5th, and I think if we kept Franco on that 1 stop, I feel he'd probably been around this battle here with Perez, Ricciardo and Sainz. So I think that's the maximum we could have got. So very nice job there. 4th and 5th for us. Leclerc up 5 to 6th. Albon 7th. Perez 8th. Danny Rick 9th. And Carlos Sainz rounds out the top 10. So still good points for Williams. Franco Colapinto the fastest lap. But of course, we no longer get a point for that. Drivers' Championship then, as I say, up until this race, Lando Norris had won every race so far. This has also been the first sprint race of the season, so Oscar Piastri does actually eat into his lead by 9 points, but still a healthy lead from Lando Norris. And this is nearly replicating real life, isn't it, this year? Lando Norris, although Oscar Piastri would be in leading, but I mean the two McLarens fighting, and then Max Verstappen a little bit on their tails there. Charles Leclerc is in 4th, beating his teammate at the moment, Hamilton in 5th, Franco Colapinto 6th. Look at this, Kimi Antonelli is soon coming up the ranks. He's only driven for us, well, he missed the first 2 races of the season, but he's already up to 40 points. So it's 6th and 7th for us. Perez drops to 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, Carlos Sainz is 10th, Albon 11th, Danny Rick 12th, Stroll 13th, Liam Lawson in the other Red Bull 14th. The rest of the drivers yet to score. Constructors, and this is looking very similar to real life this year as well, with McLaren absolutely leading the way. Ferrari a 2nd, Red Bull a 3rd, but look at this, we've taken a good amount of points this sprint weekend, and we're only 10 points off Red Bull. I want to finish 4th this year. Maybe we can battle for 3rd, who knows. Mercedes a 5th, Aston Martin 6th, Williams 7th, RB, Kick Sauber, Haas, and Alpine yet to score. Oh, and Antonelli has gone up to 83. Very nice indeed. But that wraps this one up. So, oh, does it though? Because we're getting more good news there. Yeah, that's going to wrap this one up. So, all in all, that was a very enjoyable race. 4th and 5th. I think that's the maximum result we could have got. Bit worried how that strategy is going to play out with Franco, but I think it was the right call in the end. And I think now we are confident with bringing Kimi Antonelli in, replaced Zane Maloney. I know it was a bit, should we have got rid of Maloney, but I think Kimi Antonelli is now showing that's the right decision. He's consistent for us so far and scoring a lot of good points for us.